Hey there, welcome to Monstercat's Mix Contest, where real home DJs showcase their mixing talents to win real prizes. Here, let me show you. Each season, finalists from all over the world face off on the show to earn your votes. They must come up with the most creative mix only using our music. But only one DJ can win. Who will it be? So let's get right into it because it all starts right now on this season of the Mix Contest. Hey everyone, what is up and how is it going? Today is an all-new day and an all-new challenge here on the Mix Contest Season 5. Now, before we get to that, you know what's coming, the bittersweet announcement of which two DJs from last week's challenge will be advancing and one mix closer to our grand prize, and which two sadly will be leaving our competition today. Each of our DJs should be extremely proud of how far they've come. Having made it onto the show speaks volumes to their skill and drive for music and mixing. Okay, it is time to reveal our judges' verdicts. The first home DJ moving on from last week is Beat Plant. Congratulations, you're one mix closer to our grand prize and a DDJ 800 provided by Pioneer DJ. The second home DJ moving on from last week is Streak. Congratulations, you two are one mix closer to our grand prize bundle valued at over $2,000. That means, unfortunately, Isolate and Mohammed, you will not be moving on in this contest. It was a very tough decision this week, and our elite judges have put together some words of wisdom and a farewell message.
As for Isolate and Mohammed, though you two may be going home, this is definitely not the end for either of you. Keep on mixing, and you'll both be back on this finalist stage again. Best of luck to both of you.
To Mohammed and Isolate, while your journey ends here, I want to thank the both of you for taking part in this season and giving us a phenomenal presentation. I hope the two of you continue to practice your mixing, and I hope to see where you guys go from here.
Isolate and Mohammed, it was a pleasure to have you in the competition this year, and you certainly raised the bar for future years. Keep working on perfecting your craft, and I can't wait to see you guys again.
Thank you guys, and great words of wisdom. Now let's get into our challenge, and I'm going to toss the mic back over to our elite judges to explain the rules for today.
Today's challenge is another homage to our 2016 season, and we're bringing back artist mentors. Over the past week, our finalists have each been paired up with a random Monstercat artist to act as their mentor, providing invaluable feedback as they prepare for today's challenge.
The rules are simple. Each DJ must include at least 3 songs from their mentor while creating a 27-minute mix. Our elite judges will be basing their decision on how well the finalists showcase their artist tracks in their mix. We don't want to just see them include these in their mix, we want to see them truly make them their own.
In addition, their mentor has provided with them an acapella stem to really zone in on their mashup skills and make something we have never heard before. The rest is up to them. This week we'll test their creativity and challenge them to keep us fully engaged throughout the entirety of the challenge. Good luck, and let's begin the mix.
Great. All right, let's get right into it. Lock yourself into what is going to be a wild ride. Up first, to take us on a journey for the first half of the show, this is Rubik, and he was mentored by Dumu. Let's hear it.
Hello.
You are someone who can always make a difference. You are who you are, and no one can ever change you. Don't wait around before it gets too late, 'cause your time is now. Stand up and make a move.
see me around like you used to in this city. Hope that you think of all our memories. Never thought we'd end up back as strangers on the sidewalk. 'Cause I still think about before we said goodbye. You never left my mind. And now I'm wishing you would call me, call me, call me. Like when we were falling, falling, falling. Love so far away, but now honestly, wishing you would call me like you did last summer, love.
What I'm saying might be reckless, but I meant it when I said it. And I know I might regret it, but it's time I get a lesson. Hope your feelings, they don't lessen. Knowing I'm not where you are, it's this feeling in my heart, and it aches when we're apart. I can't stand to see the stars, and when I'm not with
can't breathe. I can't sleep tonight, knowing I might wake up alone tomorrow. I can't breathe. I can't close my eyes, 'cause there's a feeling somewhere inside. Time has a way of escaping. Don't let it go and slip away tonight.
A star last night and thought of you, but it must have been a dream, 'cause you're not here. I've never been one to believe in fairy tales or fantasy, but perhaps it's time for a change of mind. I guess there's a first for everything. We fell in love, we had our fun. You always had enough dreams for both of us. I wonder what would come of us if we could trade these ends for beginnings. I'm drinking from an empty cup. The hardest part of young love was growing up. It's not enough to fill me up, 'cause now there's one less star in the city. I can't keep living without you. Join you in the stars, but for now I can't keep thinking about you, 'cause I can't find my way, 'cause now there's one less star in the city.
Trying to find my way back home to you. I'm so alone.
Guess I showed you my picture. After the daylight, it started in the hotel. Will make it back to me. The changing time has pushed me back to start. Let's count the odds of luck. The name of wealth was never close to me, far as the desert beat. Carry on, walking with a grudge, 'cause hard work was supposed to pay.
No, don't give up. You will get by.
Thank you, Rubik. What an amazing 27-minute mix. It's now up to our panel of elite judges and you, the community, to cast your votes at monstercat.com/mixcontest2020 if you want to see Rubik advance to the next round and increase his odds at winning the grand prize. Now, before we get into our second finalist, let's hear from Dumu himself on how it was mentoring this very talented DJ.
What's up, fam? This is Zumu. I've been working with Rubik over the past week to help him refine his mix, and honestly, I think the judges should pick this one. I mean, the transitions are super smooth, the mashups are super creative and really effective in their use of each track. Nothing feels like it was added on just for the purpose of adding another song in. It all just flows really well, and it's an overall really solid mix. So I hope this one wins.
Thank you, Dumu. And speaking of him, he has a new track coming out this week called Worst Part of Heaven featuring Trove. Amazing release, and I'm sure our DJs can't wait to start using it in their challenges. All right, let's get to the second half and bring on another very talented finalist. Here is Feathervane, who was mentored by Fowler. Let's get right to it.
always find a way to keep me in. I try to drag me out or sink or swim. You don't know what you do to me. I'm sleeping with the enemy. You always find a way.
we know it's coming, but come on, maybe a taste is all we need just for a minute. Just for a minute, yeah. I need it like a vice, got me hooked, I cannot lie. I tell you every time that we'll make it out alive. Come on, don't think about the consequences if you want it, yeah. Too close to the edge, we're gonna crash and burn. You think that by now we probably should've learned. We're no good together, honestly we're not. So hold me close, we're growing sideways.
Yeah.
danger. No lights, the dark entertainer. Clouds then puff, dissipate in the laser. We can glow sparks enough art to blaze ya. Listen up, walking through the tunnel and it's danger. No lights, the dark entertainer. Clouds then puff, dissipate in the laser. We can glow sparks enough art to blaze ya. Listen up.
Yeah, from the cradle to the urn. They tried to tell me exercise, but patience wait my turn. Big concern when these pagans finna learn. What a journey. Paradigm shift, but people about to watch it burn. Man, a renegade, vagrant to the core. Pollution at its peak, watch the stage and settle scores. Extinction level 20, fuck a penny for your thoughts. For the many, not the few, 4% a thing of law.
Made it intentionally, so we would hear it and find him.
Another week it will be not. Get it while it's hot. Cause in another week it will be not. Get it while it's hot. Cause in another week it will be not. Cause in another week it will be not. Move that body. Move that body. We like to party all over the world. We like to party all over the world. We leave the club. Hot damn. Get it while it's hot. Get it while it's hot. Get it while it's hot.
Get it while it's hot. Cause in another week it will be not.
Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause.
Thank you, Feathervane. What an incredible journey you brought us on. It's now up to our elite judges and you, the community, to cast your votes at monstercat.com/mixcontest2020 if you want to see Feathervane advance to the next round and increase his odds at winning the grand prize. Let's hand the mic over to his artist mentor for the week to hear some words.
Hey, it's Fowler here, and you just heard a wicked mix by Feathervane. I've had the pleasure of working with him over the past week, turning his mix into the beast that it is now. Normally, when I see that 6 songs have been mashed together, I prepare myself for a sonic mess. But he was able to keep it sounding like a cohesive track, and that blew me away. As a producer, I'm always listening to mixes, waiting for some clashing of kick drums or off-key transitions, but Feathervane kept me waiting because each transition was smooth and drama-free. I really enjoyed this clever mix, and I hope you throw your vote to my boy Feathervane.
Thank you, Fowler, and sadly, that is a wrap on today's challenge. 2 amazing home DJs and 2 incredible mixes, all showcasing their artist mentor's unique style. Who do you think did it better? Well, you can let us know. Voting will open any minute now at monstercat.com/mixcontest2020. You, the listeners, will help shape the decision of our judges. And speaking of them, let's hear what they had to say about today's challenge.
For the first time in 5 years, the meta in the Monstercat Mix Contest has begun to change. While years prior DJs had to make average 10-minute mixes, this week our finalists had to make a 27-minute mix. And I think that Feathervein and Rubik did a very good job going into this uncharted territory. This week, I want to highlight Rubik for his wide variety of music. It was very interesting hearing him spin very old songs like Essence, Seconds Away, and Bassline Kicking, and merging it with newer music to give it a new twist. Great job, Rubik.
This week, both Feathervein and Rubik did really well. Having to make a 27-minute mix with limited time isn't easy, but both of them performed greatly. I personally would like to highlight 2 moments in Feathervein's mix. Firstly, your blend of form and cosmic ray was really clean, and the extra elements in the drop really brought that mash of old and new together well. I'd also like to highlight your mash of Neos with On My Way Up and The Girl. Adjusting the swing of both of those to go with the drop of Neos was really satisfying and well done. Great job to both of the finalists this week, and good luck.
There were so many great parts of today's episode, but one that really stood out to me was the changes in Anywhere You Go mashup by Rubik. The trumpets from Anywhere You Go accentuated the melody of changes so well and honestly brought both tracks to another level. Another would be the Blinded and Here We Go 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 mashup. By layering the blinded stabs on top, it made the mash feel like a remix rather than just a mashup. Great job, Rubik.
And finally, for myself, since I like to have a say, each of you did incredible. I was so blown away by the creative flow of today's show. Feathervein, I loved when you mashed How We Win with Talking with Axes. That is an example of knowing the perfect combination of tracks that complement each other based on their vibe and style and giving them a truly unique spin that we have never heard in any of our mixes before. Excellent job. And Rubik, I have to totally agree with what Rocketman said. Your Blinded mashup was out of this world. You definitely got me bopping my head for sure. Amazing work orchestrating the energy so well and showing us something new. Okay, that is actually all we have for today. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to re-listen, vote, and enter our Pioneer DJ Voter Sweepstakes at monstercat.com/mixcontest2020. Catch you right back here, same time, same place next week.